Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Welcome to Help Me Build This, episode number 3. So, in case you're new or just catching on to this series, you should check out episodes number 1 and 2. But what we're basically doing is every week I present you a new set of options for a custom build that I'm doing. And then we vote on it. There'll be a link down below in the video description for you to vote on this week's choice, which is going to be chapter rings. You enter your selection, got about 2 days, 48 hours to vote. And then that winning part goes on to the next round in the build. So in round 1, we chose a case, and it was an SKX 007 3 o'clock crown, no crown guards case that won. In round 2, we chose Dial, and that was I'm telling you now what won. So the Deep Sunburst Blue Dial is the one that won. It was actually like a runaway hit. In round 1 had 1,600 people replied or voted. In round 2, we actually had more. But Sunburst Blue was a runaway hit. So today we're going to be choosing chapter rings. So I've got a dozen chapter rings to show you. And then again, so down below, you'll vote. And that one will go into the next build. And at the end of this, in case you don't remember, I am going to give away 5 of them. And if it happens to be popular and it comes out really nice, because design by committee is not always nice, perhaps we'll make it a limited run of sorts. My own wrist check. If you don't follow me on Instagram, check out my post from Halloween. I was wearing this watch. I was also wearing something very, very interesting that you won't enjoy. You might get a little bit freaked out, but you should check it out. And then I'm wearing a Monster. I was wearing both of these watches over Halloween. That's it. Let's get into this build. So let's start this one up. So you have already chosen the 3 o'clock case, no crown guards. I've taken the case back off, taken out the gaskets, the crystal gasket, etc. You chose the dark blue. Take this out of here. Sunburst dial that we sell. This is part number D08, and this dial actually fits both 3 o'clock hour and 4 o'clock hour formats. Not sure if you can see it or not, but I've removed a pair of feet. One foot was here, 1 foot was just to the left of this one. Simply with a pair of pliers, just twist them and they come right off. That's for dial positioning, and I guess we'll get into that more a little bit later. So I guess I maybe should have mentioned this in the intro, but now what I'll do is I'll start building the parts. So we can see everything, but let's build it together. So what I will do, this is not normally the order of operations of assembling a watch, clearly. I have an NH36 movement with 3 o'clock crown, and there we go. Can you see that? Okay, whoops. Gammon. There you go. With 3 o'clock crown, and I'll put the dial on. So when you're putting dials on movements, like I said, there's 2 dial feet here, and then if you were to really study the movement holder, there's an opening here right by the 5 on the date, and there's an opening here between the 20 and the 21. Two little pegs for the movement for the dial to sit on. So believe it or not, you just kind of go like this. I'm gonna not look at the camera because I can't. 1, 2, and there you go. So you see, presto changeo. So what I'll do now is I need to just remove the stem. We'll put it in a case, and we'll get cracking with dial choices, with chapter ring choices. Let me get my little holder. You guys have seen me do this before. It's out. Coming back. Like I said, guys, not a watchmaker at all. I don't want anybody to think that I am. I also know I'm not the cleanest person in the world. I only got finger cuts on 2 fingers. So now we've got the movement with the dial. Doink. And then I'm going to, so what you have to do is kind of, the crown tube sticks into the case just a little bit, so you kind of gotta just sidestep it a little bit. Again, I'm not a professional. but also I'm doing it through the lens of a camera and my angle is not the greatest. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to put it back on here, and now is when we will start with putting in chaptering. So in no particular order, I've got 12 to show you. A lot of them, if they have lines, do have the nib on them, and that nib will line up at the 12. So I'm going to just pop in the first one. I'll show it to you, and I'll pop it out, and then I'm not going to show you how we do the rest of them. So ready? Here we go. Number one. Is the exposure high enough? Yeah. So black with white lines. Number two, orange with black lines. That's kind of weird. Not bad. Yellow with black lines. Okay. Silver with, so it's like a matte silver brushed with orange at the 5 and then black lines in between. Polished. Just a regular mirror finish. They're not always sitting flat. I haven't really pushed them down, so if there's a gap between the chaptering and the dial, just ignore it. But polished silver. Plain old matte silver. This one is a brushed silver, like you saw before with the orange accents. This one has no orange accents, so it's all black lines on brushed silver. White with black lines. A brushed blue, it's more of an islander blue, so it's a lighter shade with white lines. And then that same brushed blue now with black lines instead of white. Cool. Final two, I have black now with blue accents and white lines in between. And then the last one, it is black with orange accents at the 5s and white lines in between. So that's it. Now go below to the video description. There'll be a link to another Google form, and you can vote on which of the 12 chapter rings you want to see incorporated into this build. You'll have 48 hours to vote. Has a mark from LongIslandWatch.com with Help Me Build This, episode number 3. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so yet. Questions or comments, you can put them down below, and I'll be sure to read them. I'm not always addressing the comments on these videos because a lot of them are just kind of like, I like this one, I like this one. So if you don't see me replying, that's the only reason. I usually reply on all my videos, but a lot of these comments are kind of just informational. Anyway, that's it. See you in episode 4. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.